kia ora. Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Escondido in sunny California, sunny Southern California. First of all, to all of my friends in Florida, please stay safe. Second of all, I have a new roommate. As you all know, I put my parents on the plane yesterday. They have arrived home safe and sound, although there was a moment of panic because apparently my dad left his laptop on the bus when he was going from the airport to the train station when they got back to Wellington. Fortunately, they found it on the bus and they called him, and he's going to pick it up tomorrow. So very thankful he didn't lose his laptop, because he had all the pictures that he had taken on this trip on his laptop. So I am very thankful that laptop got found and that the people turned around and called him to let him know that they had it. So what was it like yesterday with no parents? Came back here very quiet. I got to sleep in my own bed in the first time in 4.5 weeks, which was kind of fun. It was very quiet, and I allowed myself to wake up naturally this morning, like I normally do, and to wake up in my own bed was kind of magical. And but it was very, very quiet. I mean, I'm sitting eating meals by myself, and kind of felt a little sorry for myself, missing my parents and just all the activity and stuff that we've been doing over the last 4.5 weeks that they've been here. But this morning I picked up a new roommate. Marjorie. This is Mojo. He's my grand puppy. He belongs to my middle son Chris and his wife Ash. And he's a cockapoo, and he's going to be keeping me company for the next 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, however long he's with me while his folks are away. So, so this is Mojo. Mojo, you can say hi? You can say hi? Nope. Not very talkative today, but he's been good. We've been out on a couple of walks already, good long walks already. So he's going to be helping me keep in fitness. So today's topic from lessons learned while driving an RV. Take regular breaks. Every 60 to 90 minutes, take a break, especially when you're driving something as large as my RV or bigger or small, because it actually requires your whole body to drive. When you're sitting in a car, you're using a lot of your arm movements and your feet, cruise control, that sort of stuff. When you're driving in the RV, I found that it was easier to control the RV if I was using my entire body. So if we had the wind gusts coming along, if I was in cruise control, I would have my feet firmly planted on the floor, hip distance apart, and instead of using just my arms to buffer to help steer the vehicle, I actually used my whole upper body. So I would turn with my whole upper body. So I was actually getting a really good workout. I'm getting good good muscles going here. So it was but it was very draining. And one of the problems that we had was that we were driving through a lot of heat. In Moab, we were up into 3 digits. In Salt Lake City, we were in 3 digits. And this is Fahrenheit for my New Zealanders. Think upper 30s, low 40s, and the centigrade thing for my metric people. So we were driving through a lot of heat and stuff, and the dry heat will kill you and the moist heat will just annoy you. And I can totally agree with that saying. So it was drinking a lot of water, having to replenish a lot, making sure I stay hydrated while driving. And there was times that we just had to pull over to the side, take a break. Because if I wasn't taking a break every 60 to 90 minutes, my brain would start to get a little foggy and I'd start to wander. And you could see it in my driving. I'd starting to sway a little bit. But when I got out of the driver's seat, walking around, getting outside, yes, it was hot outside and I was breathing in heated air. But just getting out of the vehicle and being in a different environment that's not inside. And walking around, doing some stretches, like especially the hamstrings and the glutes from sitting so much, and the calf muscles and things, and then shaking the arms out because they were getting tired. My wrist, I have tendonitis, tenosynovitis, and carpal tunnel in my right wrist. So gripping the steering wheel very hard was playing havoc with that. But getting out and being able to stretch out my arms and shake out my wrists and stuff helped a lot. Also just doing some side stretches with the neck. Oh, it's still cracking back there. But then to help revive me so I was ready to go again and just give me a quick wake up, because that heat, for me being a person who typically runs hot, I love the cool temperatures. So if I get into heat, I tend to get a little sleepy. So I need some pick-me-ups. So we're going to do show and tell today. So water, a must. Absolutely. Always. Water, water, water. Then I have and then sometimes I would take my Keto Fizz here. And these come in really cool little sachets. And I just put them in my water, shake it up, and it helps you, or it helps the ketogenic thing kick in, but it also helps with focus and increased energy and performance. But no caffeine, I don't think. At least I don't think it has caffeine in it. I don't recall seeing caffeine on the ingredients list last time I read through it. So caffeine free, because one problem with caffeine is a diuretic. So it will help you lose excess fluid and stuff, but you don't want to do that if you're in heat when you're trying to stay hydrated. So that would help, and that I actually found helped keep me hydrated as well. I would also have in the fridge, I would keep chopped up watermelon, and I would go and have 2 or 3 cubes, just like, couple of inch cubes of watermelon. That alone was just, and I know it's got sugar in it, but I love ice cold watermelon. There is just something about it that just helps you, just like bing. One of the other things I did, and I have yet to find a network marketing company that has these. So these are actually clarifying facial wipes, and this one is infused with honey, lemon, and mint. Put these in the refrigerator, and on a stinking hot day, I would tell you, wiping your face and the back of your neck and your arms with this, and the front, the front of your neck, your this piece down here, the beginning, the stuff, the top of the chest thing, is with one of these when they are out of the refrigerator, is so refreshing. It was like, wow. And of course with the lemon and honey in it. The other thing is, sometimes in the water I will also put lemon in there as well, because lemon will help with hydration. Lemon has so many benefits that brain fog. I should have taken some beforehand. The other one that I do is that I have my 3 favorite oils when I'm traveling, and that would be, I've got frankincense and peppermint and wild orange. And first thing in the morning before we started driving, what I would do is I would put a drop of each into the palm of my hands, rub them together, inhale it, the aroma of it. It was just amazing. Of course, my hair would still be wet, so I would actually put some on my fingertips and run it through my hair, because I have fine hair, but I have, as you can see, a lot of it up there, and it's almost like having a blanket on top of my head when it's really hot. But having these 3 oils mixed together, running them through so they're actually on the scalp, helped keep the head cool. But these 3 oils together help calm you, energize you, and keep focus as well. Plus a whole bunch of other properties. But those are the 3 main things. They kept me calm when I was on the road, especially when I'm driving through areas I didn't know. We're going over a lot of bumps. There's a lot of stress behind the wheel. These helped keep me calm. And because it was on my hands, every now and again I could just go, as I was driving, and get back to steering again. It was just enough to give me a lift. So that was wild orange, frankincense, and peppermint, 1 drop of each on the hands, rub them together and just inhale. So I would also put on the back of my neck as well, because peppermint has a very cooling effect, but when you mix it with wild orange and frankincense, it just takes it to another level. So those are some of the things that I would do when I was traveling, besides walking around and doing some stretches. What else would I do? And rather than splashing cold water on the face, using something like these. So if you're in a network marketing company that has facial wipes that are infused with things like lemon, honey, mint, something refreshing like that, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it, because I would rather buy from somebody who has their own network marketing business than buy from a big box store. This particular brand is one of the pharmacy's own brands. So, but I would just, putting a cold one of these on the back of your neck on a stinging hot day, really, really cool. So that's my Keto Fizz. My protein shakes were huge. I had a lot of protein shakes while we were driving because, again, that lasting energy. The sugar is just too quick. So if I had a couple of cubes of, had some cubes of watermelon, I was getting the hydration from the water because it's like 92% water. But unfortunately, with watermelon, it's like 200 and something grams of watermelon has like 21 grams of sugar in it. And I've been starting to move towards a keto lifestyle, so I didn't want to overload my system with sugar and have that sugar drop. So having that with a protein shake helped kind of counteract the sugar a little bit, but at the same time gave me some hydration and gave me a quick lift with the sugar. But then by the time the sugar wore off, the protein had kicked in from the protein shake. So it's learning to what's going to give you the quick pick me up, but have it last. So that's all about that. So making sure that you take the breaks. This applies in anything you're doing. When you're working, if you're on the road a lot, driving, it's taking those breaks just to help give you a mental break. Because sometimes there was times I was just like completely just like zoning out while driving, and I would sway a little bit and get that sudden jolt, and then you'd have that jolt of adrenaline that wouldn't last very long, but it was just a little jolt. But it's also when working at a computer as well. If you're sitting at your job and you're working there, even standing, if you've got a standing desk, you've got to take breaks from that as well. Just give your body a break because it's been held in a position for so long. And there's not really a lot of movement when you're on computers, even when you're standing. So get up, walk around, get the muscles moving, because some of the muscles are sort of like, oh, I'm just going to take a little nap. And if they start taking little naps, slowly your body starts taking a little nap, and the next thing you know, you're falling over asleep. So we want to avoid that. So we're going to take regular breaks. If you have to set a timer, I'm going to work on this project for 50 minutes, then I'm taking a break. It all comes down to also living in your calendar as well. And I am working on putting together a little mini workshop about living in your calendar that I'm going to do as a video series to teach you how to do that, because living in your calendar is just, it was a huge life change for me when I learned to live in my calendar. The amount of productivity I got done in 8 hours a week. Follow me. 8 hours a week, I got more productivity done in that time than somebody who works in an office. Think about that one. So, your question for tonight: when you need to take a break and you need a pick-me-up, what do you use? What do you do? What are some of your routines? So, like I said, I had the Keto Fizz, I had the cold wipes out of the refrigerator, I have my oils, I have my water staying hydrated, my protein shakes, my bits of ice cold watermelon. All of those things help pick me up and help get me mentally alert again and energize me without caffeine. And there was a little bit of sugar involved because that's the watermelon. But what tips do you have about staying awake and staying alert while you're driving, while you're working? What do you do when you hit that slump in the middle of the day or in the middle? For morning people, you if you're like me, you're hitting a wall around 3:00 in the afternoon. You start hitting that slump. What do you use at that time to pick you up, to keep you going? If you're a night person, you're going to probably have that slump in the morning. It's sort of like dragging your butt out of bed type of thing. We've got to get some work done. What do you use to help get you going in the morning that is not caffeine related? So those of you who like your 6 cups of coffee in the morning, sorry, I want the non-caffeine pick-me-ups. The non-caffeinated pick-me-ups. I didn't mention chocolate for a reason, because I'm a chocoholic. I do have my 2 pieces of dark chocolate a day. Although on this trip, I wasn't eating as much chocolate as I normally eat. There was days I was actually skipping chocolate. Like, I have an entire dark bar of Whittaker's, it's Whittaker's Ghana dark chocolate, 72% cacao, it's an entire bar sitting in my refrigerator that I brought back from New Zealand with me. I haven't even opened the seal on that thing. When we were at Trader Joe's, I found they had the dark chocolate coated crystallized ginger, which I love. we got that container 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I'm only halfway through it. So being very good about limiting my chocolate, but I don't consider that a pick-me-up because it's got the sugar in it. So it's not a pick-me-up. It's a little treat that I try to have in the morning or early afternoon so that it's not sitting in my system for in the evenings and stuff or keeping me awake. So what are some of your pick-me-ups that you would like to share with us? Please share them in the comments below. And that is it for today. So the folks are home. They are doing great. They're exhausted. That was 32 hours from when we left the camper, when we left Sparkles here yesterday until they walked in the door at their house. 32 hours total travel time. But then we did spend the day in LA having lunch with family before taking them to the airport. But it was 32 hours from when we left Sparkles in the morning to when they walked in their door today. They had a good flight from what I understand. I've just been brief text messages. Apparently there's going to be an email coming. So I'm sort of like, what happened? What did they, but we'll see. And then, what's your favorite pick-me-ups? I love ideas. And if you are in if you're in a network marketing company or multi-level marketing company who has wipes, like these are clarifying facial wipes that are infused with lemon, honey, and mint. So if you're in a company that has these, please let me know, because I would rather buy them from somebody who has their own business than from a big box store. So share that information with us in the comments below. Apart from that, have a super fantastic sparkling evening. And tomorrow, Mojo here. Yeah, Mojo. You saying hi? And I will be back with another tip that we learned, another lesson that we learned while driving an RV, and how we can apply that to our daily lives. Until then, he konera. Make it super fantastic and sparkling. And if you're heading away for Labor Weekend tomorrow, travel safe. Have an awesome weekend. And for those of you in Florida, please stay safe. I think you got, was it Dorian coming in? Something like that. But stay safe, please. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you all tomorrow. He konera.